Definitely want to give y'all a shout out and say I appreciate y'all, and y'all are who I do it for. But today it's about these dispatchers. We're going to be focusing in on how to market yourself as a dispatcher effectively, how to get the carriers that you want to attract. Because, I mean, no offense to any carriers out there, but all carriers are not good carriers. All money is not good money. So I definitely want to give y'all some of the tips and tricks that you would need to market yourself effectively as a dispatcher to attract the carrier that you want and to be successful, man. Let's get ready to get into it. YouTube, welcome back to another episode of No Freight Left Behind, man. The only free jewelry store that you're going to get on the net. It's your boy DG. Before I even get into this, man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to all my new subscribers, man. If you go back and look at my first video on how to find load boards, you'll see I said we were at 10 subscribers then. We are at 142 subscribers and counting, y'all. We're going up. We're going up. We finna bring these spot rates up. We finna bring this pay up for everybody. Like, we are definitely getting to the bag 2022 going into 2023. So I definitely want to give y'all a shout out and say I appreciate y'all, and y'all are who I do it for. But today it's about these dispatchers. We're going to be focusing in on how to market yourself as a dispatcher effectively, how to get the carriers that you want to attract. Because, I mean, no offense to any carriers out there, but all carriers are not good carriers. All money is not good money. So I definitely want to give y'all some of the tips and tricks that you would need to market yourself effectively as a dispatcher to attract the carrier that you want and to be successful, man. Let's get ready to get into it. Before we jump into the video, y'all, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. I need y'all to tap in and stay tuned in to everything that's going on right now because we're bringing some really innovative stuff to the industry. And I don't want you to miss out on any part of it. Y'all have been integral in the success so far, and it's imperative for your own personal success that you stay tapped in and tuned in to these gems that I'm dropping so that you will be prepared for what to do in the industry next. Because as the industry changes, the expectations are going to change as well. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, you're hitting the like button, you're dropping the comments, you're sharing, you're hitting that notification bell so you know every time I drop a new video, just so you'll know what's going on. And I definitely want you to be a part of everything that I have going on. If you didn't catch the last video, we spoke on the Dispatcher Carrier Alliance, and that's in full swing. I've got my team and my staff being built as we speak, and we're working on different things to bring that platform to you all. And it's definitely going to be something that you want to be a part of from the ground floor because it's going to expand and it's going to expand fast. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Tap in with me. We're about to get into this video, man. Let's go. First thing I want y'all to understand is you have to realize that however you present yourself, whether it be in a group or in person or whatever the case may be, that's going to determine what kind of carrier that you attract. So your professionalism is always key. And I want y'all to take it a step further than just dropping your dispatch flyer in a comment because somebody's saying they're looking for a dispatcher. Because at that point, you don't know what kind of carrier you're potentially going to attract. You don't want to get too deep into fishing for carriers, but rather let the carriers find you. And I'm not saying don't put your information out there, don't build your Facebook page and stuff like that, but I don't want y'all to be so thirsty as far as when it comes to hunting for these carriers, because you're going to attract carriers that are just going to cause you more headache than they would success in the long run. So I definitely want y'all to be aware of that, you know, making sure that you present yourself as though you're a professional dispatcher and you're not with any of the games, and that's what you expect from your carrier is going to be, an integral part of your success. So definitely keep that in mind first and foremost. If you've been tuned into the channel long enough, you know what one of my number one pet peeves is, and that's having a professional email address. Do not have Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, whatever the case may be, as your domain address. You need to get you a professional website. Even if you don't have the money for a professional website yet, it's only like $6 to $8 to just sign up for a Google Workspace email, especially if you have Squarespace. There's a couple little tips and tricks to get it for even cheaper. Or you can find whatever hosting site that you choose to use and get yourself a professional email. It's just gonna present you so much better no matter whether you're communicating with brokers or communicating with carriers, that that just shows that you care enough about your business to present yourself accordingly. So you definitely want to make sure that you have that professional email address starting off. Here's my second tip for marketing yourself as a dispatcher: having a website. Having a website is going to make it so that you can be found on the standard search engines like Google for new carriers that are in your area or new shippers that are in your area or whatever the case may be. You definitely want to be found. And it's not just for the sake of finding those shippers and carriers, but also for when you're getting ready to scale your business. You want to have that history behind your business on Google. I know you've seen in Google searches that this business has been, you may look at a hair salon or whatever the case may be, and it'll say in business for X amount plus years. That just adds more credibility to your business as a whole for your next customer. So you definitely want to have a website, get it set up, have your contact information on there. If you're a dispatcher who just so happens to have an MC and DOT number on there, you want to have that on your page listed so that you can be found in the safer snapshot, so that your next potential carrier may be new and say, oh man, that's a perk. That dispatcher has their own MC or DOT number that has some age on it, preferably over 90 days, to make it easier for them to transition into the industry. And there's also a caveat to the services that you offer as a dispatcher to be able to do MC leasing for your carrier. So now you're offering MC leasing, which is, an industry standard is anywhere between 10 to 15% on top of your dispatching fee. And if you're a savvy dispatcher, you'll offer your carriers that dispatching fee is at a discounted rate if they're also doing MC leasing. For example, for the carriers that I work with, if I have you on as an MC lease for 10%, I may offer you my dispatching services instead of at that normal 10% rate that I have at an 8% rate. So now you're bundling your deals. It's the same concept as with AT&T and phone services and any other, um, you know, cable, whatever the case may be, services that bundle and offer at a discounted rate. It's an incentive for, your carrier to use all the services that you have, and you can maximize on the amount that you're generating with each carrier. Creating video content is wow. It's an interesting part of being a dispatcher because, in this field, it's kind of hard to really take the time to get that content that you need because you're always on the phone with brokers, you're always shooting emails, whatever the case may be. But what I would always suggest to a dispatcher is try to get someone to record some footage of you in action so that, your potential carrier can see that, this is how I operate. These are the tools and the systems that I use. I mean, it is a multitude of things that you can show your carrier to reassure them that you're going to be giving them 110% when it comes to dispatching their trucks. Um, I always recommend that you use as much free software as you can. Most laptops come equipped with video editing software, and it just takes the time to really get in there and figure out how you can be effective, how you can make this content, and how you can convince your carrier that you're the best of the best. Because now in 2022, we're all going to be raising the standard of how a dispatcher operates. And it's not going to be any more of the I took a $50 course and now I say I'm a dispatcher and now I dumped all this money into trying to become a dispatcher and I'm not really aptly prepared. I run into that so much with dispatchers that, reach out to me. They've taken a course that somebody offered, which, I was speaking to one of my admins on my team and she was letting me know that, dispatcher courses are not regulated by the FMSCA. There's no standard by the FMSCA as far as how a dispatcher should operate, what a dispatcher should know, how a dispatcher should conduct themselves with a carrier. So because there is no standard for that, here at No Freight Left Behind, we're definitely going to start setting that standard. And I want you guys to know how to do that for yourselves so that when you're ready to start charging that 10% for a carrier, you're not giving them okay service for 10%. You're giving them excellent customer service for that 10% that you're charging. They're going to be happy to continue to pay that 10%. Word of mouth, y'all. That's going to be key in your success as marketing yourself as a dispatcher. Nothing says I can do what I say I can do than somebody else saying it for you. And I live by that. I know some of you guys are new out there. You just signed on your first carrier. I mean, even as I'm shooting this video, I have a new dispatcher that's, communicated with me, let me know she's working on her first carrier. She's kind of nervous. Don't be nervous. If this is what you want to do, be confident in your abilities and make sure that you give it your all, because that word of mouth is going to travel, whether it be in a Facebook group, whether it be at a truck stop, whether it be your carriers at a receiver or a shipper, and there's another carrier there who's tied to their dispatcher. That word of mouth is going to be key. So make sure you're giving it your all, giving it 110%. Your carriers are satisfied, and the methods that you're using to communicate with your carrier is something that they're comfortable with and something that they feel like they can share with another carrier or another business. The last topic for this particular video, because I feel like I need to break this down into another part. And if y'all want to see a second part to this video, just drop it in the comments. Say, hey, we need more. The gimmicks. If you've been watching this video for so long, you know, the first thing I went over was how you present yourself as the kind of carrier that you're going to attract. So I know some of you all are in a rush to get carriers, so you offer things like your first load free, your first week free, a trial period, whatever the case may be. And, you know, if that works for your business, kudos for you. But what I suggest, so you can attract the quality of carrier that you really want, is for you to offer, you know, your regular rate, but have the carrier sign, you know, maybe a 30-day contract for your dispatching services. And then after they complete that first 30 days, if they're still satisfied with your services, for them to continue to use your services, then you can start talking about offering a discounted rate for them, or maybe one load free per month, whatever the case may be that you want to do to show your appreciation for that carrier to continue using your services, rather than offer them something free up front and then you have no, you know, you have no way to come back from that, or you have nothing else to offer them after that as an incentive, because you've already, you know, taken out of your pocket by using your time to give them those free loads. Then you don't have anything left to give. So my suggestion is to always give on the back end. That way you can incentivize your carriers to continue using your services, rather than incentivize them up front and then you have nothing to keep them on after you've been, you know, after they've utilized your services and perhaps they're not satisfied, or they're one of those carriers that jump from dispatcher to dispatcher, have multiple dispatchers, whatever the case may be. You want to lock in quality and consistent carriers. So that's why I say you want to ease up on the gimmicks first coming out the gate, signing on new carriers. NFLB family, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, the share button, subscribe. Check the link in the descriptions. I have 2 links in there, actually. The first link is going to be to get yourself a free 30-day trial of Canva on me. All you have to do is click the link, sign up. It's going to take you to Canva Pro, get you set up with everything. The second link is going to be for my dispatching template guide. So what that consists of is a carrier quick reference sheet. That's going to make sure that you have all your carrier's information in a quick and convenient and easy sheet that you can print out, add to a binder. Looks good, looks professional. Your carriers are going to love it. You're going to love it. It's going to come with the dispatcher invoicing sheet for you to be able to invoice your carriers, be able to link whatever methods of payment that you want for your carriers to pay you out of at the end of the week or bi-weekly or however your payment schedule is. And it's also going to include my freight dispatchers manifest, my prized possession, y'all. I'm offering it to y'all right now. It's going to be a way for you to communicate with your carriers so much more easier, giving them their drop-offs, their pickups, links to Google Maps. It's just going to make communication with your carriers just a breeze. Your carriers are going to love it. Trust me. I have the link for that in the description as well. I want y'all to go check it out. All of this is used through Canva. So once you get the templates, you sign up for your free Canva link, you'll be able to modify the templates to make it work best for you, your company colors, your company logo, whatever the case may be. It's awesome, fully editable templates. I want y'all to check this out, man. It's going to be just a real game changer for dispatchers in this industry, man. And I'm offering it to y'all now. So make sure you go check it out. The link is in the description, man. If you have anything that I needed to add to the video, or that you wanted to check out, or that you feel I missed out on and you want me to put in the next video, drop it in the comments, y'all. I mean, I'm ready. I'm here for y'all. So until next time, man, y'all be safe out here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families, man. I'm gone.